Shaman Jeff here at the Village Mystic, bringing you a wonderful spread to look at tonight. You know, all of us are going through these challenges, and with the Venus being retrograde, of course, it accentuates it. But that's what life is. Life is about challenge, and it's about reward. And there are certain laws that are always in application in both aspects. Here we have 3 stacks of cards, and we have 3 crystals. We're going to identify the deck that you pick by the crystal. So I want you to think about which crystal you might be feeling drawn to. If the saying that I've always said, that the crystal picks you, we don't pick the crystal, then you'll be drawn towards what it is you're working on. Here we have a beautiful piece of velvet malachite. Some people call it fibrous malachite. On deck 2 in the middle here, we have this wonderful piece of dambarite, a beautiful stone in its own right. And over here we have an amazing stone of charoite. All 3 very nice energied stones. All 3 have a purpose. All 3 work with different aspects. Take a moment and see which one is calling you. See what you feel drawn to, and we will explore what's underneath it. Does everybody have their stone picked out there? Here underneath this beautiful piece of malachite. Malachite is a stone that creates balance and grounding. Something we can always use. We want to have balance in our life, balance of all aspects. And so malachite brings that to you, and it's also a grounding stone, which anytime you're working with a grounding stone, you're working with having protection around you also. And underneath it, we have the Rainbow Prince card. What does the rainbow mean to you? You know, there's a lot of biblical scholars that after the Great Flood, there was the rainbow. And that rainbow represented a promise back to us. What if, metaphorically, it's talking about the rain that comes into our life every day and how we balance that, and the promise that how we react through the rain is going to dictate the balance of fairness, which is one of the universal laws, and the balance of compensation, which is also a universal law. And so there's no challenge that we go through when we remain on that path of service and we remain in that place of compassion that doesn't get rewarded by the rainbow at the end. And that's what the Rainbow Prince is there to remind us of, that we all go through these challenges, and it's how we react in these challenges that dictate the growth process and the reward that's coming at the end. However, a lot of us will get caught up in situations to where we're so busy being on that path of being into service for others that we forget we have to have that balance of also taking care of ourselves. At some point when we're giving too much, we're enabling. and we're no longer in service to ourselves. How can we be in service to ourselves, and how can we also be in that place where we're ready to accept the reward? How many of us in our everyday life, somebody hands us a tip, somebody gives us something out of generosity, and we feel guilty taking it? Or we say, no, that's not necessary. At that point, are we not letting others give to us? At that point, are we refusing to accept good? Are we teaching our subconscious mind that we're not worthy? So when we enjoy giving to others, then allow others to give to us, because they enjoy that also, and we don't want to take that from them. So just simply say thank you and balance that good in your life, balance that reward process. And that is one of the aspects, again, of the rainbow prints. Over here in our second pile, have a beautiful stone of dambarite. Dambarite is a stone that connects us to a higher value in life. It connects us to a higher understanding. It connects us to spirit. And so dambarite is a very nice stone to work with, one of the higher energy stones. It is a borax-based mineral, and so it's not a stone that you really want to get wet. And underneath it, we have the bobcat. The bobcat is a reminder that life is a mystery. We're not meant to understand all facets of life. We're not meant to understand the Creator or the energy that's on the earth plane, other than it's there as a learning experience. How many times do we do healing and that healing works? A miracle takes place and we get to witness it. And yet there are other times that it may not. And yet we're doing the same thing. We're sending the same energy, we're sending the same prayers, we're giving the same amount of love, and yet it works one time and it doesn't work the other time. So it is a mystery, and it was meant to be so. But in that mystery is the learning process of learning to trust that the Creator always has a better plan. And if I thought that everything I was doing was about me, or I was doing it, then I would have a great lesson to learn of humbleness. There's a lesson in there knowing that it is in bigger hands. And that's something we all need to embrace, and that is the part that makes life the mystery. You know, they say God plans or man plans and God laughs. And so there you have it. Charoite, a very beautiful stone, the shades of purple. With all of these stones, if you can go deep enough to meditate with one of these stones, if you can feel the energy to begin with and then just keep going deeper, and put yourself in the center of the stone and feel those swirling energies moving around you, and then ask the stone how it is working with you, and let the guardian of the stone present itself to you and tell you what your particular energy is interacting with this stone is all about. Then you begin to understand your relationship to this stone, not the relationship of somebody who wrote a book and you thought it was a great stone so you needed to have it. That's their relationship. But the guardian for the charoite is very easy to access. It's one of those stones that's easier to work with. And the stone itself is one of reminding you that you are on a path of service, that we all are. But when we place ourselves in that place of service, when we place ourselves in that place of humbleness, when we lose enough of our own ego and enough of ourself, then we become connected to something much greater than ourself. And that is what the star is all about. The star is about being connected to those that have gone before us, ancestors on the other side working with us, spirit working with us, spirit guides. We also have the masters that came before us, and a host and multitude of different dimensional beings that are there to work with us. But as long as we're in our own ego, it makes it very difficult to access these higher realms. But all of it's working together, and all of it's coming together for a higher purpose. So no matter what you're going through at this point in time, remember that there's a reward. Remember that some of it's going to be a mystery. We may not be able to see how it unfolds, but we need to trust the process and look at the learning experience. And we always have help. We always have guidance around us. All we've got to do is humbly seek that guidance. And it comes from deep within. This is Shaman Jeff coming to you from the Village Mystic with the ancient crystal skulls, Aska and Zadka. Got one of the anomaly stones here out of Sierra Leone in Africa. Wishing you a wonderful week, reminding you to take charge of your own life and reminding you to stay grounded, to stay balanced. It's more important than ever with the challenges that we have presenting ourselves to ourselves from the universe. So there's a lot of learning that can be done through the experiences that we're all embracing at this point in time. Be here now. Be awake. Pay attention. Stay grounded. And stay balanced and create a beautiful week for yourself. This is Shaman Jeff. Namaste. I am out.